Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Today I will be doing an industry analysis on the social media market, and the company I will be doing is Facebook. Oops. So in the Facebook industry or social media industry, there's actually a bunch of competitors for it. However, only a few hold large market percentage. Facebook itself actually holds around 71% of the entire market, and the other competitors being Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube, and Snapchat hold around 29% of the market. Facebook also has a HHI of around 2,471, which means it's a highly concentrated marketplace and signifies some sort of monopoly. The type of product that is offered is pretty standardized and similar throughout all social media. It's just some sort of a messaging app or photo and video sharing / marketplace, or just connections, whether it be business or friends and family. And it's pretty similar throughout all sorts of products and other competitors in the marketplace. However, it's definitely hard to achieve a lot of the traffic that these large companies receive just due to like how popular these companies really are. The barriers to entry in this marketplace are actually really low, if not any barriers to entry. All you really need is a domain name, an online presence, and clients to get your site going. However, it's definitely really difficult to achieve the amount of clients and traffic that these large companies have due to just how much market percentage they really own. The non-price competition that Facebook has is advertising, the amount of users that are on Facebook, the amount of personal data that Facebook owns, and just the brand name that comes along with Facebook. Facebook is a price maker, and it generates revenue by selling ads, and it can control the price of the ad slots. And the ad slots are what companies will buy ads out of these ad slots to be shown to their target audience. And I found that in 2016, total Facebook ads rose by 50%. However, ad revenues only rose by 5%. And in 2017, total ads rose only by 15%, whereas ad revenue rose by 29%. This revenue rise of 29% in 2017 offsets the slower ad growth with high prices, showing a strong control over price. And I believe that this industry is an oligopoly, as only a few competitors contain the majority of the market share, being Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube, and Snapchat, along with Facebook. However, although there's low barriers to entry, almost all of social media revenue comes from advertising. Advertisers only want to pay for ads that will really reach the biggest target audience that they have, making it really difficult for smaller social media companies to become profitable in this market. And some of the leaders in this market also hold the most users along with the most ads. Facebook also has tried to purchase Snapchat. It purchased Instagram itself, and it also purchased a messaging app called it also purchased a messaging app as well to sort of create more of an oligopoly / monopoly for itself. Some of Facebook's main revenue sources are advertising, and advertising currently makes up around 98.5% of its revenue from digital advertising itself. Along some of its other revenue is hardware products, such as its Oculus Rift, which makes up around 0.5% of its revenue, and then online payments being around 1%, such as Econ, one of its payment apps. And in 2019, its total revenue was around $70.7 billion. And here's a kind of a cool little graph I found / statistics I found about the costs that companies pay to Facebook for ads. The CPC is cost per click. So, for example, in the automotive industry, if you want to place an ad for a car, it's going to be around 18 cents per click to Facebook. and the cost per 1,000 views/impressions, which is the CPM, will be around 450. So that really adds up with the amount of people that are using Facebook and other social media websites. Some of the costs that Facebook have is infrastructure being one of the fixed costs, and the variable costs being research and development, marketing and sales, and data storage. And in 2019, their total costs were around $46.71 billion, which means they're operating at an economic profit. Here's a cool graph I found about the market share that the top competitors in the social media market have. Facebook, as you can see, is this blue line at the top, and it holds around, October 2020, around, we'll call that like 75%. And then down here, we have Pinterest, and then Twitter, and then YouTube and Instagram, Tumblr and Reddit, and others at the very bottom. So as you can see, Facebook really has a massive lead over the market share over the other top competitors in the social media market. So as I said before, I believe that Facebook is currently operating at an economic profit. And as you can see in these two graphs, this is just an economic profit, and this is before one of the changes that I've noticed. And I believe that an antitrust lawsuit is actually going to be coming their way, as because of the high market share of Facebook and the unfair competitive conduct that they have, the FTC has brought the idea of filing an antitrust lawsuit against Facebook. Currently, they're starting to file one against Google, but Facebook will be next. And I believe this will cause the supply to go down, the data storage that they contain on people, along with, so data storage is a price per unit. So it's a variable cost, and with less data, they will have a higher cost, which will then create the marginal cost, the average total cost, and the average variable cost to shift upwards. And as you can see here, there's the before graph, and here's the after graph. And as you can see in this one, the average total cost is lower, the average variable cost is lower, and the marginal cost is lower as well, creating an economic profit. And as you can see here, the average total cost rises way above, and along with the marginal cost rises above as well, and the average variable cost rises as well. And that is my slideshow about the industry analysis of Facebook and the social media market as a whole.